My name's Maury, and I like to fix shit. Hey, welcome to the shop, and by shop I mean my dining room. Time for something completely different. A new power tool to introduce. Da -da -da -da. Sewing machine time. Today I found out that my daughter needs a 1950s style poodle skirt for tomorrow morning. All the stores are closed. We're gonna make one. So instead of Maury fixes shit, it's gonna be Maury makes shit. Let's do it. Luckily, YouTube has told me it's not very hard to make a poodle skirt. It's pretty much just a big circle with a poodle stuck on it. So I went to my least favorite store that starts with a W that has fantastic hours. I bought some purple fabric, some purple thread. I've got this guy, which is black elastic that I'm going to use for the waistband. And I didn't have to buy this. I had some black felt lying around. I'm going to try and cut a poodle out of that and sew it onto the skirt. I need to make a donut shape out of the purple fabric. And the radii, 7 inches, has to do with my daughter's waist. And the 23 inches has to do with how long I want it to hang down from her waist to the middle of her calf, plus a little bit of extra allowance for hems. Let's try and cut that out. I've got my 2 pieces of fabric folded in half. So there's 4 layers here. I'm gonna line one edge of this quarter circle up to the half, so when we open it up, we'll have half a circle, and then we just have to sew those 2 halves together. I'm going to start the center of my circle about 1 inch up to allow for some room to sew this hem together. And we got 7 inches. This is tailor's chalk. I don't know if it's actually chalk or soap or what it is, but it leaves a nice little line that you can easily rub off at the end. And here's 30 inches. Let's see how well this works. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. I have huge amounts of confidence despite very little experience. Let's get cutting. Alright. So for the uninitiated, a sewing machine is basically a fancy knot tying machine. There's 2 spools of thread, one that goes from the top and one that goes to the bottom. The needle goes through, locks it together, up, through, locks it together, and that's how it makes your clothes. This little guy on the bottom is called a bobbin. Fancy name for the spool of thread that goes from underneath. And I need to get that bobbin full of the right color thread. All right, don't let the big thread conglomerates fool you. There is very little thread on this, but when you peel off the sticker, you get the disappointment of finding how little thread you have, but you find the end of the thread. And now we can start. I'm gonna put the thread up top, and when it comes around here, goes under there and around this fancy doohickey. When we press on the gas pedal, it'll wind this guy up and keep on winding until it's full. Did I turn it on? Gotta turn it on first. God, this is satisfying. This isn't even sped up. All right, that's good enough for me. Next, we got to thread the sewing machine. Put that guy away. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. It's down and up and back around that guy and down again. Don't think I figured this out on my own. I used the instruction manual for that. After a bit of profanity that I'm going to save you from having to listen to, I managed to get the thread in and we can start sewing. To lock it together, you reverse the stitch and go back and forth a couple times using this button. This is exciting as it gets. And that's all this to it, so I'm gonna have to see. Maybe outside. Alright, time to do the waistband. I've measured, leaving a little room for stretch. I've set the machine to a zigzag stitch because apparently that's better for stretchy stuff. Now let's figure out how to sew this on to the waist of the skirt. So I've got the waistband on the inside and I'm going to stitch kind of close to the top, leaving the fabric down from the edge so that when it flips over, that will be a nice little kind of piece of trim for, you'll see it on the outside of the dress. I'm also going to have to stretch it taut so that everything lines up nicely. This is probably going to be the most complicated, or at least challenging part. I'm going to try and stitch an even stitch around the whole dog. I have to say I'm very pleased with the way this project turned out, and more importantly, my daughter's ecstatic, and we managed to save the day. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!